It is time for another question from the internet, and I love this question. One of our listeners wrote in and asked if they could use micro-progesterone orally in combination with an progestin-containing IUD. And I think this is an awesome question because you might have an IUD in place for birth control or to control bleeding, but then you're having other symptoms of perimenopause that might benefit from an oral progesterone. So, for example, we've talked so much about how micronized progesterone is great for sleep and it can be soothing for your brain. And for some people, it's like a warm hug, like a blanket for your brain. So the question is, can you combine the two of them together? And it's a little bit of a data-free zone, but there's really no reason why you can't. And I do have patients that are on both, and we just talk through what are things that you can expect. But I think sometimes we have to get creative, right? In perimenopause, when things
Right.
are tricky and complicated, sometimes you have to take a little tincture of this and a little tincture of that. And that's how you get the secret sauce.
Totally agreed. You don't need to use it to counter the estrogen if you're using estrogen in perimenopause, because the IUD can do that all by itself out to 5 years. Remember, only
Right?
to 5 years, guys. That's where we have data. But sometimes you're using it for other symptoms, and that's okay too. We don't have any data that more progestin increases breast cancer risk or anything like that. So I think, as long as you have a good conversation with your practitioner and you feel comfortable with that decision, it's totally fine.
Agreed.